Hi friends, in this video of mine I will show you that while reading newspaper, how could you actually enhance your grammar and vocabulary. See, with most of the students I have witnessed this case that they only refer to the vocabulary, the synonyms, the new words which they could catch from newspaper or any article or novel, but they do not pay heed to the grammatical structure of the sentences. So this is what I am going to explain in this video, that if you want to improve your English to such an extent that you are able to use complex sentences and compound sentences in your speaking part, so you should actually do a grammatical division of each sentence while you are reading any article or newspaper. So here we are talking about this dead whale had 115 plastic cups, 2 flip-flops in its stomach. Okay, this is a simple heading. Now coming to this point, Indonesia, an archipelago of 260 million people. Now if you have a bit of knowledge of noun phrase and adjective phrase or adverb phrase, this an archipelago of 260 million people, it qualifies Indonesia. So it gives a good impression that a particular subject, you are using a phrase to qualify a particular subject. This is the subject. Here comes the predicate. Is the world's second largest plastic polluter after China. Here the sentence could be finished, but they are stretching it according to a study published in the journal Science in January. Now while IELTS writing part also, what students do is like they use a very basic structure of a sentence, like according to a study published in so and so, or according to a recent study, comma, Indonesia is the world's second largest plastic polluter. Okay, they do it like this, but this is a very this is a novel way of writing, and it gives the reader or the listener an impression that you have advanced knowledge of English grammar. So there are two things which we pointed out from this particular sentence which give it a very good structure. Okay, now when we talk about solutions, they may be used in IELTS writing task 2 also and speaking also. Indonesian government is making efforts to reduce the use of plastic. Here the sentence, it could have been stopped. It could have been a simple sentence, but what they are saying, including urging shops not to provide plastic bags for customers. See, when we are, or when I see an essay of a basic English knowledgeable student, what the sentence they use is Indonesian government is making efforts or should make efforts to reduce the use of plastic, full stop. Firstly, they should encourage the shopkeepers not to do this and that. Secondly, schools should also be informed. Firstly, secondly is fine to use, it is good to use, but if you could link the sentences, if you could make a logical sequence of events in your paragraph using such synthesis of sentences, it gives a very good impression that Indonesian government is making efforts to reduce the use of plastic, including, it gives a very good impression, including urging. Instead of encouraging, urging shows advanced usage. Urging shops not to provide plastic bags for customers. Here comes the second point. Schools nationwide are also being, or in your essay, should also be informed about the government's campaign of reducing plastic use by this so and so. So why I am telling you all this is, see, when you generally read a sentence or when you generally read an article or a novel, it is obviously very helpful. But whenever you read a novel, article, news, a comment or opinion section of any newspaper, it is very, very useful if you do the grammatical division of each sentence. It actually gives you the knowledge that how could you synthesize new and very good sentences. What you have to do is just think about the type of sentence, whether it is simple, compound or complex, the phrases which are used, what is the voice of sentence. Like here, this sentence is a passive voice, all these are active voice sentences, this is a passive voice sentence, so it gives a good impression again. So yes, whenever you read something, of course it's very helpful, but just reading on and just writing down new words, no, that will improve your vocabulary. But if you want to improve your grammar, this is the best way out. This is how I used to prepare for my IELTS, when I used to read the HT comment or any opinion section of a newspaper. There are very good paragraphs they organize and very good types of the synthesis of sentences they do there. So this is the way that you should try to increase your grammatical knowledge. Here again, this is a good kind of sentence. Sentinelese live in the North Sentinel Island, a few miles west of Port Blair. They are known to aggressively protect. Aggressively protect. See, the writer may say they are known to protect. No, they are known to aggressively protect. So here what we learn to use a adverb, aggressively protect their isolation from rest of the world. So from every sentence that you read in a newspaper, just try to grasp something. If you learn from each and every sentence, if you learn something, a little thing from each and every sentence, they will actually pile up to a whole lot of grammatical knowledge.